welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a hodgepodge of different things, ideas that I've been wanting to convey, and I just haven't really had a chance to do that in the topics in my other videos. So today is kind of a favorites slash Christmas haul slash New Year's resolution video. So what really prompted this is connecting with some of my friends and family over this winter break from work that I've had so far. And as a busy working mom, this year has been very tough. There's a lot of things that have been going on in my personal life that have made it very difficult on me and my husband and the kids and my family. I'm finding a little bit of a balance with taking time for myself again and actually being able to reflect on how I'm feeling, how I'm making others feel, and the effects that this has on, myself and everyone around me. So I'm able to finally kind of focus a little bit more back to myself rather than on my children constantly. And this might sound rather strange, but if you're a mom or a dad and you've had very small children, especially if you've had more than one in a very short amount of time, you tend to give and give and give and give so much that you just kind of lose sight of yourself a little bit, and you can't really think about you. You have to constantly be on and taking care of them, their needs, getting them ready for going to daycare, to visit family, to go out to the grocery store, whatever it is. There's so much rushing, and I haven't had a chance to really connect with myself again and really kind of see how I am doing and what kind of mental place that I'm in. So I finally have been able to kind of do that over this break and really just take a breath and figure myself out a little bit. What has helped me to do this has been, again, like seeing friends and family, kind of being able to relax and, while the kids are asleep, just kind of take account of my feelings, my thoughts, my goals, where I want to go from here, what I'm doing. So it's been really good on all levels. So there's some things that I got for Christmas, which is where this kind of Christmas haul thing comes in, that have helped me to, or will help me to kind of focus on these improvements, these perspectives that I want to take, this journey that I want to do inside of my own kind of soul. So one of them is this book that my best friend got for me for Christmas. It says Start Where You Are, and it's kind of just it's a journaling book, but it has prompts in it. So it'll give you a quote or a picture, and then you can write your own thoughts about certain questions, ideas on the side, and it's supposed to kind of help you reveal what is really important to you. And everybody, has an idea about what's important to them, but sometimes we don't really realize when we change and how we change and how far we have changed. Friends and family don't always tell us, like, hey, you're a little bit different today than you were last year when I saw you last for the holiday party, or last week or yesterday. They don't always tell us because they might not understand what's going on in their lives, or maybe they do, and they're saying to themselves, like, oh yeah, she's just been having some difficulties, and I'm sure she'll be back to normal. They don't really tell us these things all the time, and we have to kind of look back at ourselves and keep track of ourselves and figure this stuff out. And I'm not doing this solely for New Year's resolution purposes, because yes, it is at that time of year, and I don't necessarily think that we need to have New Year's resolutions in order to do this. But it does kind of just help me to kind of put the emphasis back on self-improvement, self-realization, because again, those concepts, if you're busy it's kind of hard to take that time to remember to do those things. My life has been run by lists and to-dos and schedules and routines since I've had children, and when you're looking at those things, they're very hard-edged plans. They're very much set in ink, things that you have to follow bullet point by bullet point. And I've lost that kind of creative, messy flow that I used to have, when I was back in high school. And I'm trying to get some of that in, but also find a balance with the structure that I have now, if that makes sense. So this journal, I think, is going to be good for me to kind of help to release some of the pent-up creative energy that I've had inside myself for a long time that I haven't had time to devote to. Something else that kind of just inspired me is this beautiful sign, which again, my best friend got for me, and I love the wording of the quote. It says, "And above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who do not believe in magic will never find it." So, just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've always been a person who's been drawn to fantasy, the far off places and all of the books and movies that I saw as a child, like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Alice in Wonderland, the most fantastical and nonsensical books that I could find, and magic has just always had a very strong and prominent place in my imagination, and I'm not really sure why. I think some of it is the escape aspect, but also the adventure, and just going deeper than what others see. Trying to see things beyond what is right in front of you, I think, has always appealed to me. So this sign is just a really beautiful reminder not to lose sight of that, because it's so easy to forget when you're caught up in the real world, that it's so easy to forget that there is more out there than what is happening in the here and now, or sometimes that what is happening in the here and now is magical in its own right. The moments that I have day to day, it's very sometimes it's easy to just put those things aside and say, yeah, okay, well, I'm just making dinner, I'm just cleaning after the kids, I'm just talking to the kids. But those are things that are the most meaningful, and they can be very magical moments if we change our mindset a little bit. And I know that's kind of a buzzword, but if we change our mindset, if we think about it as being important, and we slow down and we relax a little bit as we're doing these chores or routines or structure that we have, then we do remember that there is magic in them. We are changing somebody's life. Even if it's cleaning up the kitchen, think about how much better you feel and everyone else feels in that kitchen afterwards. And I've been doing a lot of, like the hygge and focusing on my environment to help calm me, and it really has worked so well. Like, I can't describe how relaxing it is at night just to put everybody to bed and then sit down and just reflect and center. So all these things that I'm talking about are possible because I have changed the energy of my environment. And I feel so much better. It's a beautiful feeling. It's calming, relaxing, and it really helps me to kind of cope and get myself together for what I need to do the next day. Kind of going into that environment theme aspect here, I have this little sign that my mom got for me for Christmas, and I love it. It's very simple and very homey and cozy feeling, and it says, "Home is where you make it." And this is so important because it again kind of emphasizes the fact that you are in control of your environment, and thus you're in control of how you make people feel as far as being welcomed, taken care of, and yourself. So it's kind of putting that idea back into that your house isn't, the place that you're in right now isn't necessarily your home. Your home is wherever you are and wherever your family is. And yes, we have a new house and it's beautiful and it's a magical place right now for me, being out of my kind of old environment into a new one. But no matter where you are, you have to make it special by putting that effort, love, and feeling into it. And I think this is a really great reminder for everybody. Plus it has a nice little clip on here that I can put pictures, recipes, notes, anything in. So I really love it. And this is an ornament that we got for Christmas. And this was from Rob's parents. And I love this. It's, again, simple, kind of elegant little design, very cozy, homey feeling. And it's just, it just says new home, established 2017. And it's a memory, you know, like I will one day look back on this and say, even if we're not even here anymore, I'll remember this year and how special it was and how amazing it was as Lachlan's first Christmas, as our first Christmas in our new house. So it's a really special year for just all of us. And this one's a little bit different than the other stuff that I had, and it has a little bit of a different meaning than the other things that I have showed you. But this is Therapy Range Hand and Body Lotion in lavender and wild chamomile. And this is just one of those kind of mood setters that really helps me to, you know, feel a little bit more relaxed. So this is that taking that time back for myself again and trying to focus on me as, you know, a person instead of just a mom. And so after I get out of the shower, I put this on, and it's just really nice and silky, and it smells amazing. It smells very, it has a very sweet smell, but it's a flowery smell, but it's not fake flower smell, if that makes sense. This smells like real flowers that you would have a bouquet of sitting on your table, and then, you know, inhaling that and then putting that on yourself. So I love this. This is just very, it's very much a treat for my skin. And that was another gift from one of my other friends, my other best friends. As far as New Year's resolutions, I want to continue to try to focus on connecting more with my family, giving back to a lot of the people that have given me so much over the years, my friends as well. I also do want to, I do want to lose weight. I might make a series of videos tracking that progress. After having 2 babies, almost immediately one after the other, my body's pretty much shot, and I was very small before I had Autumn, and I don't need to get back down to my pre-pregnancy size, but I do want to be healthy and fit again, and, you know, really kind of tone up, because this size that I'm in right now is not it doesn't make me feel like myself. So I'm not used to being this size, and it's not just a New Year's resolution. This is something I did after Autumn. I lost almost 100 pounds after I had her, and I think I still had 20 more pounds to lose. So I lost 80 pounds. And with Lachlan, it's just been nearly impossible, even though I've been moving a lot more than I did after I had Autumn, and doing a lot more chores and work and lifting the babies and chasing them around. Even though I've been doing all that every day, it doesn't really show. So I need to really come up with a good exercise routine. So I think I'm going to make a video about that, a series of videos about that, and film that so that you guys can see where I am, and I'll do like check-ins so we can track my weight and if it has gone down. So it's going to make me crazy because I am already so overwhelmed and busy. But again, I'm hoping that I can make a better routine and structure for my day and take time at night to do it instead of just trying to, you know, do nothing after I clean the house and put the kids to bed. So I feel that I'm in a much more positive place right now than I was at the start of this year. this year has been really rough. So I'm looking forward to the next year coming up, and I know that I've made so many big changes in my life, but most of them have been very good. So there's been a couple of downsides to this, but there's always going to be negatives to any situation. So this is probably the biggest change I've ever made in my life, is where I'm living and my location. And it's one of the hardest because, to say goodbye to a place that you've been in since you were very young, almost since birth, it's a difficult thing. So that was difficult, and part of me still grapples with that, and as well as Autumn. Autumn asks to go home a lot, and that's very difficult when you say, no honey, we are home, we're here. And she says, no, I want to go home. And she's talking about the old house. She refers to this as the new house, and the other house is home to her. So she has her moments with that, but most of the time she's really excited to come here and play with her toys and to go in her room and her bed, and she really does like it here, but she still hasn't wrapped her mind around the fact that we're never going to live in that other house. So I think it's just, all of this has been very freeing for me. I've let go of a lot of burdens and negativity and things that have been pulling me down. And in this house, I can kind of have the freedom to express myself again. I can have freedom to take time and peace and quiet at the end of each day to reflect, even if it's just a half an hour. I have that time. And I've been able to be closer to the children, to Rob, so a lot of things have really improved in my situation. So again, I just wanted to kind of share with you a lot of these things that have been happening in my life, because some of you might be going through this. You might be questioning, are you in the right place? Are you around the right people? Who makes you happy in your life? Who does not make you happy? You have to make your choices, and you have to make strong choices for yourself. And I just think that that's the most important thing you can do to try to shift your situation that you're in. You might even not realize how bad the situation that you're in is until you make some kind of change. I hope this didn't come off as, me trying to tell you what to do as, the listener. But if you feel that you need a change in your life, or that something's just not right, or you're not in a good mental or emotional kind of place, try something new. Get yourself out of the situation, away from certain people, and see if you do feel better. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that we forget that we're not rooted, that we're not stuck in a certain place. We think that we can never leave due to reason A, B, and C, but if you do try to get away, if you do try to expand your horizons, you can improve your life so much more, and you can become someone who you never thought that you could be. And it might even be better for the situations and people that you're with and around, for you to get out of your old situation. So just don't feel stuck, is what I'm saying. And surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with the right things. Change your environment. Do what you have the power and control to do. Because a lot of you might be sitting there thinking, I literally don't have the money and the means to go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. And that was me for a long time. And if that is you, there's, of course, things you can do about that. But there's also ways that you can try to survive and keep yourself positive in the place that you're in. And that is just as important. So no matter, where you are, whether you can move or whether you're kind of in a certain place for the time being, make the best of that place. Don't just, ignore it, but don't just keep everything the same. Try to make the best of your situation. And with that, I hope everyone has a fantastic new year, and I hope that your holidays have been spent with those you love around you. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I do really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. There have been a lot more views recently and a lot more likes on my videos. Please also feel free to comment in the comment box below. about what you thought about the video, if you are making any New Year's resolutions and what they are, how you feel about New Year's resolutions themselves, and if this was helpful to you in any way. So I will see you guys next time. Please remember to like and subscribe the video so that you can see all of the new videos that I will be coming out with shortly.